The thrill of no. You can see when you tell children not to do something, they will be most tempted to do it. As long as you don't make anything about doing it or not doing it, they may not even be bothered about it. But the moment you tell them not to do something, they will be looking to do it. A small story. One man says, "I found 3 ways to get things done." His friend asks, "What are the 3 ways?" The man replies, "First, do it yourself. Second, hire someone to do it. Third, tell your kids not to do it. That's all. It will be done." Actually, there is a taste, a thrill in doing what you are not supposed to do. Most of the time, you develop an instant urge for something if you are asked not to do it. You feel a kind of joy or satisfaction by doing it. That is the basic tendency in every human being. A small story. Once a shopkeeper was trying hard to increase his sales. He tried various options like discounts, catchy advertisements, better customer service. Nothing worked. Then one day, he hung a black curtain on his shop window and made a small hole on it. Under the hole, he put up a board, "Peeping strictly forbidden." From that day, he saw crowds gathering at his shop, each one curious to peep through the hole to see what was there. His shop sales automatically increased because people now actually saw the variety of grocery items his shop carried. When you are told not to do something, the basic human tendency is to do exactly that. As a teenager, when you say no to your parents, you feel you have proved you are independent. When you say no, you feel you have proved you are somebody special, somebody different. As long as you say yes, you feel you are only a child. When you start saying no, you feel you have become an adult. You feel that you are a man only when you say no to your father. Till then you feel you are a child. Just to prove that you are a man, you start saying no to your father. This is basic psychology. When you say no, you think you are somebody. Until then you think you are nobody. So please be very clear. To whatever you say, your grown-up son is going to say no because he wants to be somebody. Only life can teach. People come and ask me, "How do I make my son do what I advise him to?" I know it is good for him, but he won't listen to me. You have to understand 2 things. First thing, if they feel that something is giving them happiness, just let them be. Only life can teach them. You cannot teach them. You cannot teach anybody. Only life can teach. You can put a few words into them so that it echoes when life teaches them the same thing. That's all. Second thing, unless they need help, your help cannot help them. When they need your help, they will come. See, your idea of happiness and unhappiness has come out of your experience. Just think, did you listen to your father when you were young? No, you did not. No son listens to his father. After they become fathers, they forget that they did not listen to their fathers and start blaming their sons. Because they have to train their sons, they remember only the incidents in which they listened to their fathers. They forget the incidents where they said no to their fathers. Be very clear, your children are doing the same thing that you did. Only life can teach them. You can neither teach nor help your kids unless they want the help. If you force something on them, if you force rules and regulations on them, they may learn one thing, and that is how to cheat you. That's all. So just remain aware of the stage your child is in. That is enough. You can step in at any time he wants your support. Dead rules vs. live intelligence. In the course of time, many regulations that had meaning earlier become blind rules, without any meaning. In India, during the times before electricity was invented, tailors would sew by hand with a needle with the help of dim lanterns. So clothes would not be sewn after sunset, since sewing in the dim light of the candle or lantern would cause strain on the eye. So the work was always confined to daylight hours. But even now in India, the elderly people in the house will say, it is not a good thing to sew after dusk. The very reason for not sewing at night doesn't even exist anymore. Electricity and bright lights are there, but it has become a ritual for them, with no connection to its original purpose. A small story. Once a paratrooper was being interviewed on television. The interviewer said, "Your life must be really adventurous." The paratrooper replied, "Yes, it does have its scary moments." The interviewer asked, "What is the most anxious experience in your life?" The paratrooper replied, "When I was coming down on the lawn of a house and the sign read, 'Keep off the grass.'" When you don't have the right intelligence or understanding, things become dead rules in your life. When you have understanding, any correct rule can become a friendly technique to live life happily. Rules and rituals are actually techniques for your own enlightenment. When I say enlightenment, I mean a blissful life full of clarity. Of course, when pursued deeply, it will lead to the ultimate state of enlightenment. A small story. A railway official reported a murder on a train. The murderer entered the compartment, stabbed the victim multiple times. Then he left the train through the opposite door, jumping onto the railway track, thereby violating the railway regulations. When you don't have the right understanding, you miss the whole thing and end up acting in a foolish way. When you are given the right understanding, you understand that any rule was created just for you and others around you to live a happy and blissful life. When the spirit of the rule is understood, there won't be any problem falling in line with it. By falling in tune, there will only be juice in your action. There will only be a blissful commitment to it. But if the spirit is missed, everything is missed. Life will seem dull and lifeless. Take meditation, for example. Meditation itself is done to go inwards irrespective of the outer world noise and situations. I have seen that some people, before starting their meditation routine, will first try to create a noiseless situation outside. They will go around telling everyone to keep quiet. They will practically freeze people in their normal routine just because they are going to meditate. Only when the spirit is missed, things become dead rituals. You miss and mess. All rules and regulations were created for a harmonious life with the understanding, "You will not kill me, and I will not kill you. Both of us will live happily." That was the basic understanding behind them. However, in the course of time, they became laws. All rules and regulations were created to live a harmonious and happy life. But the moment you internalize the rules without the understanding, you create guilt. As long as you follow the rules with an understanding, you will be happy. When you start following the words instead of the spirit, you will start creating guilt. When you want to escape from the law, what do? You just catch on to the words of the law and drop the spirit behind them. Then you legally work around the words and escape from the law. When you catch the words, you become a bureaucrat and you miss the spirit. Only when you catch the spirit, you can be an intelligent being without guilt. Nobody can live life based on any law. One of the ultimate laws that is very difficult to understand is that nobody can live his life based upon any law. When I say nobody, I mean nobody. When I say any law, I mean anylaw. Life is much superior to laws. Life is live intelligence. Any law, rule, or regulation is based on a certain understanding of life. But life is beyond all our understanding and logic. People ask me, "Why is this life created at all?" I tell them, this why can never be answered because it is based on your logic. But life is based on God's logic. Your logic and God's logic can never meet with each other. His logic is so big, so vast, and so infinite. Life is created by Him. Rules are created by you. Life is created by Him. Laws are created by you. Naturally, your laws can never match or fit with God's logic or God-created life. Life is natural. Laws are societal. Life is physical. Laws are mental. All your ideas, all your do's and don'ts, all your morality, all your right or wrong are given to you by society. Rules are needed to coexist peacefully with a common understanding of the way certain things are. But beyond that, one's own intelligence needs to be awakened so that life may be lived to its optimum. The way out of rules, escape or revenge. By your very nature, you are searching for freedom. When some morality is taught to you as a rule, either you try to get around it, or if you can't, you take revenge on the people who imposed the rule on you. Imposed morality always causes you to be or feel revengeful. You may not be obviously revengeful, but it will be there in you as a subtle thread. For example, people repeatedly tell me, "My son is not taking care of me." Be very clear that your son may be your foremost enemy because you have given him so many rules, so many regulations throughout his life. Naturally, while one part of his mind will have respect for you, the other part will always harbor revenge towards you. Don't think this is something new that I am telling you or this has to do with your son alone. No, this is a basic fact in society. It is not spoken about because it is too much truth for people to bear. Which son or which father will agree if I told them this fact? This is a very deep-rooted truth that most people are blissfully oblivious of. It is my duty to draw your attention to such truths of life. You are nithya mukta, eternally free. Your entire struggle in life is nothing but the struggle for freedom. Even your search for money is the search for freedom. If you have more money, you have more choices or more freedom to choose a bigger house, a bigger car, more comforts at sea. Your search for more choice is your search for freedom. Whatever you may be searching for, whether it is relationships, wealth, or titles, it is only the search for more freedom. The first thing a rule does is to put you in fear of violating it at any time. Even if you don't break the rule, you are left with a feeling of fear and guilt about it. When you are with this fear and guilt, you feel your freedom is curtailed. You start living in a dull and dead way because by your very nature you aspire for freedom. By your very nature you are a nithya mukta, eternally free person. You never want to be curtailed. You never want to be a slave of any rule. In order to be that way, you just need to bring in more awareness and follow the rules with the right understanding.